Hey, what's cooking, Jay?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Gunter's Kitchen. Welcome back to 2026. Today we're making jam. It's summer in Australia and everything is in season. So all the stone fruit, all the berries. So it's the perfect time to make jam. Now I bought some apricots. We're going to make some apricot jam and then we're going to make some apricot dumplings. Keep your eyes open for those, for the recipe coming up. So it's a very simple recipe. So we use about 1.5 kilo apricots to 1 kilo sugar. I've got jam setter there. I use 2 lemons. I use the zest of 1 lemon and the juice of 2 lemons. So the best way I find is you just use the apricots and you cut them in quarters. So if you cut them in quarters, you don't have to cut them again or chop them into bits afterwards. For the jam, I like the apricots to be really ripe. If they are ripe and a bit soft, they've got a higher sugar contents and they're sweeter. So you've got more flavor. So I've got that sitting on scale so I can measure out how much we need. Okay, so we've got our 1.5 kilo apricots. We put that, then the flame on, put them in. And then I'll add a little shot of water. So this can start cooking. Okay, so the water is all hot and boiling now. The reason why I put the water in is that if you put the sugar in first, you have to be really careful the sugar doesn't burn in a pot. So if you do it this way and you start the process of cooking, you won't have the problem of it sticking to the pot or burning or caramelizing as such. So this is jam setting sugar. So I put 1 kilo. So of course you can reduce it and you can put like 2 parts of fruit, 1 part of sugar. I do 1 3/4. So now we just have to bring this to the boil. As you can see, the mix is coming to the boil now. So now we're adding some of our flavorings. I like to have a little bit of rum in it. You can add vanilla if you like, or you don't have to add anything at all. And we're adding the zest of our lemons. We add the zest of 1. And then we're going to turn it down so it's just slowly cooking away. We don't want it to cook too rigorously. When we turn it off, we add the juice of 2 lemons. Because the lemon always lifts the flavor. Those apricots are very nice. They're very, very sweet, very strong in flavor. They're not as nice as Austrians because the Austrians are the best in the world. Okay, this has been cooking away for about 5 minutes. Now we add the lemon juice. I find if I add the lemon juice later, the flavor is more intense. It stays more in there. It doesn't cook out so much. Now we'll be using our stick blender and start blending it up. You just got to be careful not to lift it out of the pot. Otherwise it will go everywhere and you make a big mess. So just keep it in there. If you want to take it out, turn it off and then take it out and put it back in. And we do that until we have got a nice puree of apricot jam. It's all nice and smooth. So I turn it back on because I turned it off while I was pureeing it. Now we let it simmer away on slow heat for another 3-4 minutes, and then we'll do a little plate test if the jam is set. If it's not set enough, then we let it cook for a bit longer. This has been cooking away slowly for the last 4 minutes. Now let's take it off and let's do the test if it's set. I put a little plate in the fridge for about 10 minutes. And now we just see, we put a tiny bit on here and we just let it set. If it starts getting like thick, runny, we don't want to have it too thick because we don't want to have a paste. We just want a nice thick jam which stays nicely on top of our bread. Okay, in the meantime, I just tell you a little trick about the jars. So the easiest way I find, I use those jars. They're my jars from the sourdough starter, but they're perfect for the jam as well. Or if you've got old jam jars left, just take the stickers off and you can put your own sticker on, which looks great. So the easiest way I find, you boil your kettle, then you fill up with boiling hot water your glasses. You tip the water out like that, and then you put this 1 minute in the microwave and they are sterile. Very easy, no dangerous things on the pot, in a pot with hot water and you can burn yourself. That's the easiest way to sterilize your jars. Now see? The jam is nice, thick, runny, not too thin. And tastes absolutely delicious. So now we're going to put it into the jars. Also, please don't forget, if you add any liquid, like I added the rum, or if you add lemon juice, you add more lemon juice, or you add orange, or whatever you like to add, the more liquid you add, the longer it has to boil, because the liquid has to evaporate again for the jam to be thick. Here we go. See? Nice and hot, sterile, very easy. So now what we're going to do, and I've cleaned all the jars before, so we just put them into a measuring jug. I find it easier to put them just in a measuring jug instead of using the ladle straight. And then we just fill them up. And the important thing now is, soon as you have got it full, put your lid on. And then you let it cool down. So what will happen is, because the hot air inside the jar, or of the jam jar, it cools down and then it creates a vacuum. And you will hear it after a while, it does that click, and then you will have a vacuum inside your jar. And that's the way you can preserve it for a long time. As you can see, we got 6 little jars out of it. Those front ones are a tiny bit smaller, so depends what size jam jars you've got. But now we just let them cool down, and then we'll put them on some nice bread, butter, fresh bread, and we'll try them. The jam has cooled down a bit. It's not cold, but it's coolish. So we just got some bread out of the oven, so let's try it. It's our white and rye bread, and we also got our standard bread. So if you're interested in the bread, have a look on our videos. Okay, let's cut a slice. Okay, put some butter on it. See, it's open. It's already sealed. Did you hear? So it's good. And now, just have a look at this. It's not cold yet, that's why it's still quite runny. But it's already got nice consistency. Just look at this. How beautiful is that? And let's try. Okay. Jam is lovely, but fresh bread, of course, makes it even better. Okay, so our apricot jam, delicious. Of course, you can apply any other fruit to make the jam. Give it a go, have a try. Very simple, and you get top quality. No fillers, no rubbish in the jam. So as always, please follow us, subscribe, and leave us a comment. And I'll see you soon on YouTube at Gunter's Kitchen. Bye for now.